So get this. Today we are doing a deep dive, and it's all about AI.
Oh.
AI, not like, just the stuff of sci-fi movies anymore. We're talking about how artificial intelligence is already like changing your life.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna unpack some really cool examples from the research you sent.
Oh, yeah.
AI is moving way beyond just robot. Like, it's becoming part of the fabric of our daily experiences.
Totally. Yeah, you might not even realize how much AI is already influencing you. Like,
Right.
think about Spotify, right?
Yeah.
It's like, how does Spotify seem to magically know what music you'll love?
Yeah, it's so freaking.
Or how about Netflix?
Right.
How does Netflix serve up like those eerily perfect recommendations?
Well, what's fascinating is that, like, those examples are just the tip of the iceberg, right? AI at its core is about machines learning and problem solving, just like we do.
Right.
But they're getting incredibly good at specific tasks, often even surpassing human capabilities.
So, okay, so maybe instead of picturing like the Terminator robot,
Yeah.
we should be thinking more about like a super-powered computer brain
Yeah.
that's like getting smarter by the minute.
You're getting the idea. And this isn't
Okay.
some far off future we're talking about. This is AI is already transforming industries like right now.
Right now, yeah.
Take the workplace, for example.
Yeah.
One of your sources dives deep into how AI-powered automation is changing the game in manufacturing and logistics.
Oh, wow.
Imagine robots working side by side with humans on assembly lines,
Right.
or AI optimizing delivery routes to make things crazy efficient.
But then, yeah, that makes you wonder, right?
Yeah,
What happens to all those jobs
right.
if the robots are doing them?
Exactly.
Will AI create new opportunities or
Yeah.
just leave a bunch of people unemployed?
That's a huge question that your sources actually dig into.
Okay.
It's not a simple answer.
Right.
On one hand, AI could displace certain types of jobs, especially those that involve repetitive tasks.
Yeah. Okay.
But on the other hand, it could also create entirely new fields
Yeah.
and roles that we can't even imagine yet.
So it's like, maybe we shouldn't be afraid of robots stealing our jobs, but instead we should focus on how AI could free us up
Yeah,
to do more like interesting creative work.
that's a great way to look at it. It's
Yeah.
all about adapting and preparing for a future where work might look radically different.
Yeah. Right.
Now, one area where AI seems like undeniably positive is healthcare.
Oh, okay.
You send in some research on how AI could revolutionize everything from diagnosis to treatment.
Yeah. One study in your sources it blew my mind. It said that AI was able to detect certain cancers from medical images
Right.
with greater accuracy than human doctors.
Yeah,
I mean, that's incredible.
that's incredible. And it's just the beginning. AI can analyze
Yeah.
massive amounts of data to identify patterns
Right.
and predict health risks,
Wow.
allowing for earlier interventions
Right.
and more personalized treatments.
So imagine like having an AI-powered doctor in your pocket
Yeah.
that's like constantly analyzing your health data and suggesting ways to like stay healthy.
Yeah.
That could be a game changer for like preventive care.
Absolutely. And it could also lead to breakthroughs in developing new treatments and cures for diseases that have plagued humanity for centuries.
Right.
It's pretty exciting to think about the possibilities.
Okay, so switching gears for a second. I think we've all had that moment, right? Where
Yeah.
you're listening to Spotify and it recommends a song you end up loving.
Right.
Even if you've never even heard of the artist before.
Yeah.
How do they know Odabi?
Well, that's AI-driven personalization and action. Those algorithms are constantly learning from your listening habits, right? Analyzing your preferences and predicting what you'll enjoy. And it's not just music, right?
Right.
Think about how Netflix suggests shows and movies based on your viewing history.
It's almost creepy how well they know us, right?
It is. It's a little unnerving.
Like sometimes I wonder if these algorithms understand me better than I understand myself.
It is a little unnerving, but it also highlights the incredible power of these technologies.
Right.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Imagine a future where AI is seamlessly integrated into every aspect of our lives.
Right. Speaking of the future, some of your sources paint a pretty wild picture of what AI could hold.
Yeah.
Like we're talking AI composing music, writing novels, even designing buildings.
Right.
I mean, is that even possible?
It might sound like science fiction.
Yeah.
But AI is already making significant strides in creative fields.
Really?
There are AI systems composing original music, writing poetry, even generating stunning visual art.
So is it possible that someday, instead of reading a book
Yeah.
by a human author,
Yeah.
you might be reading one written by AI?
It's definitely within the realm of possibility.
And it raises some fascinating questions about the nature of creativity.
Right.
What does it mean for something to be truly creative if a machine can do it?
That's a pretty deep thought.
Right.
But it also makes you wonder, right? Like, what does all of this mean for the future of work and our role in society if AI can do so many things
Right.
that we thought were uniquely human?
That's a huge question, and it's something we're gonna delve into further
Okay.
as we explore the potential economic impact of AI.
All right, I'm ready to go deeper. Let's talk about how AI could like reshape our world in the years to come.
Okay, so you're right to be thinking about the big picture impact of AI on jobs. It's one of the most discussed topics in your research. The experts seem to agree that AI could lead to significant economic shifts, with some jobs being automated and others emerging.
Okay, but what does that actually like look like in the real world? Are we talking like mass unemployment or a whole new wave of like innovation and job creation? The truth is it's probably a bit of both. The key takeaway from your research seems to be that the future of work in an AI-driven world will depend heavily on how we adapt and prepare.
So it's not necessarily like a doom and gloom scenario where robots take over everything.
Right.
There's also the potential for AI to create like new opportunities.
Exactly. Your research highlights the potential for AI to boost productivity, drive innovation, and even create entirely new industries we haven't even thought of yet.
That makes sense. Like maybe instead of fearing job displacement, we should be thinking about how we can upskill and adapt to the changing landscape.
That's exactly the point many of your sources emphasize. Investing in education and training programs that equip people with the skills needed for an AI-driven world will be crucial.
So we've got the potential for like economic disruption, but also the potential for exciting new opportunities. It's like this double-edged sword, right?
That's a great analogy, and it's important to remember that we have agency in shaping how this unfolds. We can make choices today that will determine whether AI leads to widespread unemployment or a more prosperous future for everyone.
Okay, so it's not just about the tech itself, but also about how we as a society choose to use it and prepare for its impact.
Absolutely. Now, shifting gears a bit, your research also touched on AI's potential impact on the environment. This is something a lot of people are excited about.
Yeah, I saw some really interesting studies on how AI could help us tackle climate change, like using AI to analyze environmental data, predict natural disasters, and develop sustainable solutions.
That's right. AI's ability to process massive amounts of data and identify patterns could be invaluable in monitoring deforestation, predicting weather patterns, and optimizing energy consumption.
It's like having a super intelligent environmental scientist working around the clock to help us understand and protect our planet.
And that's not all. AI could also play a role in developing renewable energy sources, creating more efficient transportation systems, and even designing more sustainable cities.
Okay, so AI could be a powerful ally in the fight against climate change. That's definitely a hopeful thought.
It is, but it's important to remember that AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad. It all depends on the intentions and choices of the humans who are developing and deploying it.
Right. AI itself isn't inherently good or bad. It's how we choose to use it that matters.
Exactly. Now let's talk about something a little more personal. Those increasingly sophisticated virtual assistants, they're becoming more and more integrated into our lives.
Oh, yeah, like Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant. They're everywhere now.
And they're only going to get smarter and more capable. Imagine a future where these assistants are so intuitive that they anticipate your needs before you even express them.
Like they know you're running low on coffee and automatically order more, or they sense you're stressed and suggest taking a break.
Exactly. They could become truly personalized companions, helping us manage our daily lives, stay organized, and even improve our well-being.
That sounds pretty amazing. But it also makes you wonder about privacy, right? Like, how much access are we giving these assistants to our personal lives?
That's a valid concern, and it's something we need to be mindful of as these technologies become more sophisticated. Striking the right balance between convenience and privacy will be crucial.
So it's like we want the benefits of having these super helpful assistants, but we also want to make sure they're respecting our boundaries and not becoming too intrusive.
Exactly. It's all about finding that sweet spot. And it's a conversation that we as a society need to have as AI continues to evolve. Now, one thing your research touched on that I find particularly fascinating is the potential for AI to blur the lines between the physical and digital worlds.
All right, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about that.
Well, think about how we interact with technology today. It's mostly through screens, keyboards, and mice. But what if AI could create more seamless and intuitive ways for us to interact with the digital world?
I'm picturing something straight out of a sci-fi movie, like holographic displays or even brain-computer interfaces.
While those technologies are still in their early stages, they give us a glimpse into a future where the line between the physical and digital becomes increasingly blurred.
So instead of interacting with AI through a screen, we might be experiencing it in a more immersive and integrated way. That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is, and it raises all sorts of interesting questions about how we define reality, how we experience the world, and even what it means to be human in an age of increasingly intelligent machines.
Wow, that's a lot to process.
Yeah.
I feel like we've gone from talking about robots on assembly lines to some pretty deep philosophical questions about the nature of reality.
That's the beauty of AI, isn't it? It touches on so many different aspects of our lives and forces us to grapple with some fundamental questions about ourselves and our place in the world.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about the potential impact of AI on the economy, the environment, and our personal lives, and even our understanding of reality. But where do we go from here? What does the future hold for AI?
That's the big question, isn't it? And while no one can predict the future with certainty, we can look at current trends and extrapolate some possible scenarios.
All right, I'm ready to hear your predictions. What do you think is going to happen with AI in the years to come?
Well, one possibility is that AI will continue to advance at an exponential rate, leading to a future where machines surpass human intelligence in virtually every domain.
Okay, that's either incredibly exciting or totally terrifying, depending on how you look at it.
It's understandable to have mixed feelings. The idea of super-intelligent machines raises profound questions about the future of humanity.
I mean, if machines become smarter than us, what does that mean for our role in society?
That's a question philosophers and scientists have been debating for decades, and there's no easy answer. But even in a future where AI surpasses human intelligence, I believe there will still be a vital role for humans to play.
Like, what if machines can do everything better than us? What will we be good for?
Well, I believe that our capacity for creativity, empathy, and compassion will always be uniquely human qualities, and those qualities will be essential in shaping a future where AI serves humanity.
So it's not about us versus them, but about us working together, leveraging the best of both human and artificial intelligence to create a better future.
Exactly. The key is to view AI not as a threat, but as a partner. It can help us solve complex problems and achieve things we never thought possible.
I like that perspective. It's more about collaboration than competition.
And it's about recognizing that we have the power to shape how AI develops and how it's integrated into our lives. The future of AI is not predetermined. It's something we're actively creating.
That's a powerful thought. It means we have a responsibility to make sure AI is used for good and that it benefits all of humanity.
Absolutely. And that responsibility starts with education awareness and engagement. We need to stay informed about AI, understand its capabilities and limitations, and participate in the conversations shaping its development.
So what can we do as individuals to ensure that AI is used responsibly and ethically?
First, we need to educate ourselves about AI, its potential benefits and its potential risks. We need to stay informed about how AI is being used in different industries and sectors. And we need to be aware of the ethical considerations surrounding AI development and deployment.
So it's about staying informed and being active participants in the conversation rather than just passive consumers of AI technology.
Exactly. And it's about demanding transparency and accountability from the companies and organizations developing and deploying AI systems.
That makes sense. We need to hold those in power accountable for ensuring that AI is used in a way that benefits society as a whole.
Right. And we need to be advocates for the responsible and ethical development of AI. We can do this by supporting organizations and initiatives that are working to ensure that AI is aligned with human values and that it's used to create a more just and equitable world.
Okay, I'm feeling a lot more empowered. Now, it's not about being afraid of AI or feeling helpless in the face of this rapidly evolving technology. It's about taking an active role in shaping its future.
That's the spirit. And remember, you don't have to be a tech expert to have a voice in this conversation. Everyone has a stake in the future of AI, and everyone can contribute to ensuring that it's used for good.
Okay, so we've talked about this big picture, right?
Yeah.
But let's bring it back down to earth for a second.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this and you're thinking, whoa,
Right.
AI is changing everything.
Yeah.
What does this mean for me?
Right.
What's like the most important thing to remember?
I think the key is to remember that AI is a tool.
Okay.
Like any tool, right?
Right.
It can be used for good or for ill.
Right.
The difference is that AI is a particularly powerful tool.
Yeah.
And its impact on our lives is only going to grow.
So knowledge is power, right?
Yeah.
The more you understand about AI,
Absolutely.
the better equipped you'll be to kind of navigate this changing world.
Absolutely. Take those personalized recommendations we were talking about earlier.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the ones from Spotify or Netflix.
Right.
They can be super convenient, but it's also important to be aware of how those algorithms work,
Right.
And the potential downsides.
Like filter bubbles
Right.
and echo chambers where you're only exposed to information.
Yeah. Yeah.
That reinforces your existing beliefs. And that's something I've been thinking about a lot lately.
That's a great example of why it's so important to be a conscious consumer of AI, right?
All right. Right.
Don't just passively accept what the algorithm serves up,
Right.
Be curious, explore different perspectives,
Right.
and challenge your own assumptions.
So it's about being proactive and taking control
Yeah.
of your own AI experience rather than letting AI kind of control you.
Exactly. And that goes for all aspects of AI, not just,
Right.
personalized recommendations, whether it's AI in the workplace,
Right.
in healthcare, or in our personal lives. We need to be engaged and informed citizens.
That makes sense, but it can feel a little overwhelming though, right?
Yeah.
Like where do you even start?
Well, there are tons of resources available online and in libraries,
Right.
There are great podcasts, documentaries, and books that explain AI
Yeah.
in an accessible way, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
The more you learn, the more empowered you'll feel.
Okay, so step 1, educate yourself.
Yeah.
What else can people do to make sure that AI is used for good?
Another important step is to support organizations and initiatives that are working to promote the responsible and ethical development of AI.
So like groups that are advocating for transparency and accountability
Right, exactly.
and fairness in AI systems.
Yeah, there are a lot of great organizations out there doing really important work in this area.
That's good to know. And I bet a lot of them could use, volunteers or donations
Absolutely.
to help further their mission.
Absolutely. And don't underestimate the power of simply talking about these issues with your friends, family, and colleagues.
Oh, yeah.
The more we raise awareness about the potential impact of AI,
Right.
the more likely we are to shape its development in a positive direction.
So it's not just about individual actions,
Right.
but also about like collective action, working together to create a future where AI benefits everyone.
You got it. It's about recognizing that the future of AI is not something that's going to happen to us. It's something we're actively creating,
Right.
with every choice we make.
All right. So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into AI.
Yeah.
From the basics to the big picture implications and even what you can do to make a difference.
Right.
Any final thoughts you want to leave our listener with?
Just the AI revolution is happening right now.
All right.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's challenging, and it's full of potential. Stay curious, stay engaged, and remember that the future is in our hands.
Beautifully said. That's a wrap on our AI deep dive. Thanks for joining us on this journey. And